Welcome to the show. Today we'll take you on an unexpected adventure. Day 1, I woke in Mom's bed. Day 2, on the floor with soot-covered hands. Day 3 was absurd. I opened my eyes to find myself not just on the street, but with a guy beside me who had been taken over by a ghost. I was possessed once every 10 days, but since finding this black mysterious object, I've been taken over for 3 days straight. Thank goodness I was sleeping next to my mom on the first night. It was only upon waking that I realized all the toys I brought back from the bar. The black marks on the wall led me to discover a painting in the closet, a piece called The Black Moon. How bizarre. And to make things crazier, every chair had graffiti underneath, just as the professor showed up, reminding me this was a clue for finding my 4th item. I was too scared to search. Just thinking about the consequences gave me chills. To make matters worse, the professor asked me to recall the day the old detective. At that moment, I saw the scene through the ghost's eyes. I even spotted the file in the old detective's hand. The ghost's voice came. I lied, saying I saw nothing, and quickly gave commands. Of course, I knew I had to be proactive, and hurried to the last stop before my father's death, a charming little inn. The document in the old cop's hands was part of my father's itinerary, and the boss mentioned my father ran to a tree in the rain that night. He was digging furiously, mumbling to himself, and ended up digging out a strange box from under the tree. Inside it was something oddly red, and that was the same inn where the professor's mother was killed. I'm completely baffled. My father had already positioned all 5 items correctly, so why didn't the evil spirit vanish? What was the significance of digging up the motionless item again? If the method to eliminate the ghost wasn't wrong, does that mean I was wrong about the ghost's identity? Just thinking about that made me black, and since I've had an eye condition, the ghost's possession kept my vision, which means everything that just happened was intentional. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself on a strange street, right next to the old detective's partner. Endless possessions had me on the verge of collapse, so I jumped in a cab to flee. But then it hit me, the ropes in my dad's study. Subtitles: the ropes were Dad's secret to avoid possession. Realizing this, I rushed into the study and hung ropes on all doors and windows. Meanwhile, a young cop informed the professor that the ghost was linked to the blue wolf. He's been following me all along. He not only saw me at the inn, but also witnessed me striking on the side of the road, contemplating whether he should intervene. Just as I stepped out and walked right into the street, fortunately the cars were slow enough to prevent a major disaster. My actions made him suspect I was possessed, and the ghost didn't even try to deny it, but encouraged him to join me for the ride. Destination: the theme park. As I eagerly chose a carousel horse, a group of kids rushed at me. Those kids knocked the ghost's toy out of its grasp, and seeing the ghost about to blow up, the boy quickly returned the toy to me, averting disaster. The ghost followed up with a complete joke. "Shannon, can you please like me?" Forget about how the boy rejected. The important question is, how could a 9-year-old like Lee Moodoo have such thoughts? At that moment, the ghost spotted a kid throwing a tantrum. Its demeanor shifted instantly, and the child had marks on their wrist. The child's left hand uncontrollably opened, letting go of their balloon. Luckily, the boy intervened just in time to prevent further harm. "Kids are such brats," yelled the ghost. "They're way too noisy. I don't want to associate with them." After all these chaotic events, the ghost lost interest and finally returned control of my body. I'm not a kid. This dawned on the professor. Staring at the graduation album, she grasped the truth. Meanwhile, I huddled in the corner, and suddenly the image of the black moon hit me like a spark of inspiration. I had previously seen the memory of the ghost while grasping the floating world under a full moon, but checking the calendar left me stunned. On June 7th, Lee Moodoo vanished during a waning crescent. On June 24th, the body was found during a waxing crescent. There wasn't a single full moon during this period. What on earth did he see? It wasn't Moodoo, was it? Shanyan, the wizard, once told Professor Lyon's grandmother how to exorcise ghosts, stressing the 5 items and ghost name must be accurate. Otherwise, the one trying to eliminate the ghost would face backlash, and the first to try was Professor Lyon's grandfather. After all, living under the shadow of ghost possession is unbearable for anyone. After accumulating some wealth, he pressured his wife to hand over the envelope. But the wife's appetite was far greater. Just when she was stalling, her possessed husband suddenly showed up to offer her a plan. Just hand over the other items, and I'll help you besides. The real you knows best. The rewards were quite generous. If I live, you'll live. Thus, Professor Lyon's grandfather ended up as a black and white. However, when Professor Lyon's father learned controlling the ghost required sacrificing a loved one, he immediately asked his mother for a way to eliminate it. Facing her son, the old lady hesitated for seconds, then handed the fake envelope to him. However, the ghost didn't give the man a chance. The very next day, it began controlling her to starve. Even with water at her lips, she couldn't. At that moment, it sealed her mouth, pinned her hands. After 9 days, Professor Lyon's father turned into a black and white photo. Fake envelope, after numerous twists, reached Professor Lyon's mother and Shanian's father, leading to their deaths from backlash.